If you want to turn your empty replanting acreage into a high-protein feed source while cutting down on weed management, stay and listen. We're going to reveal the exact fertilizer recipe for maximum yield at the end of this video. This video is brought to you by AGS, Agriculture Global Solutions. This episode is based on peer-reviewed scientific articles that we translate into clear, practical takeaways for the field and for decision-making across the oil palm value chain. Today, let's discuss a paper from Indonesia published in 2025. When oil palms age out and it's time to replant, you're left with wide open canopies and vast stretches of exposed soil. These open spaces offer a clear opportunity to generate secondary value. Enter Cannivalia ensiformis, better known as the jack bean. It's a highly productive legume that serves as a local alternative to the expensive imported soybean meal currently dominating livestock feed. But plantation soils are often highly acidic and nutrient-poor. To get a profitable harvest out of this marginal land, managers must apply a precise soil amendment strategy to prevent crop failure. The agronomic challenge is a balancing act. You need to supply the exact ratio of nutrients that will kickstart the intercrop's growth without creating aggressive competition for the young oil palm trees. Quick note, tell us in the comments what oil palm topics you want next. Subscribe to our channel, drop a like, and write a comment. This helps us continue translating complex scientific articles into simple, digestible language. To find that perfect balance, researchers set up a field trial testing 5 distinct combinations of 2 specific inputs, dolomite and layer manure. First, oil palm lands often have very low pH, limiting nutrient uptake. Dolomite neutralizes root zone acidity so the beans thrive. Once corrected, the crop needs fuel. Layer manure releases the organic nitrogen necessary to trigger rapid, vigorous vegetative growth. The success of this system relies on this chemical synergy. By correcting the acidity and then supplying nitrogen, you can engineer a profitable secondary harvest. This chart shows dry biomass yield. The unfertilized control group, left in marginal soil, produced a mere 1.88 tons per hectare. But the optimal treatment ratio changed the results entirely, skyrocketing production to 20.6 tons per hectare, over 10 times the baseline yield. This nutrition physically changed the crop. The plants produced significantly larger pods packed with wider, denser beans, proving efficient carbohydrate deposition during seed filling. This visual shows the nutritional quality of the harvest. Under the perfect fertilizer ratio, the crude protein content of those beans reached 38%. Compared to standard local alternatives, this bean easily competes with conventional soybean meal, making it an exceptionally viable feed replacement. Alongside that protein spike, the optimal fertilization also reduced the crude fiber content in the beans, creating a much more digestible feed for livestock. These results prove that precision fertilization impacts the crop's internal chemistry alongside its physical yield. By shifting the balance of dolomite and manure, managers can produce a crop that meets the specific requirements of high-grade livestock feed. Looking at the entire plantation, the jack bean is a practical tool for regenerative agriculture. As a legume, it performs critical ecosystem services. Its root nodules lock atmospheric nitrogen into the soil, while the leftover plant matter decays to build up soil organic carbon. It also acts as an aggressive ground cover. The rapid leaf expansion smothers the growth of unwanted weeds, reducing maintenance costs during the replanting phase. Here is the actionable strategy. To achieve these results, the soil requires 4 tons of dolomite combined with 5 tons of layer manure per hectare. Precision agronomy turns the replanting phase into a window for production. By applying these specific amendments, managers transform typically marginal land into a high-yield protein asset. Thanks for listening.